How's it going? 5 shots. Do you feel lucky? Punk. There we go. There's that J-frame. Model 360. This shit conceals so good. Combat grips. I like the hammer on there. As I stated in a previous video, this has been a great concealed carry handgun. For those days, I'm wearing sweatpants and gym shorts. But thanks to my hot nurse that's been taking care of me, this babe helped me get on some big boy pants and a belt, and because of that, I can now carry full-size motherfucking guns again. So, Model 66, I had a viewer say I should carry a Glock 19, and of course what we're talking about here is, you know, check out this bitchin' scar, by the way. Look at that shit. Yeah, they took the stitches out a couple days ago. Look at that. Yeah, they opened me the fuck up. So this is my 3rd shoulder surgery, and this one by far was the biggest pain in the ass. So I'm gonna be 2 weeks out next week, and it's been tough, man. And I'll tell you this, like, my first shoulder surgery after I got back from Afghanistan in 2012, I couldn't rack a slide, man. My grip strength was gone. So I could not do this. And right now I can't do it either because it's shooting pain right up my shoulder doing that motion. So that's why I got into revolvers, because once this thing is loaded, I'm good to go. And that's a personal preference. And from that point forward, I became dedicated to the wheel gun. Even though I could rack a slide, you know, a few weeks later, it's just a personal choice. And I tell people that this is an expert's weapon. It's harder to reload, it's harder to shoot, but golly, it just feels good in the hand, and it's very versatile, and it packs a punch, and it's fucking all American. And I'm just talking about revolvers in general. This is a great gun for a beginner, and there's no question that this is the most popular combat handgun in the world. Striker fired, that is, generally speaking. For good reason. I mean, fuck, they're easy to reload, they're easy to shoot. When I instruct a class of students, if I've got brand new shooters that need to rent a gun, I'm going to say, hey, look, take the Glock 19. This is easy for you to get on target with. I will not recommend for a brand new shooter to certainly take one of these or one of these, because they're just not going to be as comfortable with it. That double action pull takes time to master. That's why these are experts' guns. And I'm not trying to beat my own chest here, but I shoot better with them. I do. So that's where I trust my life to. But I digress. So we're talking about part 2 in a series of disabled shooting techniques, right? One-handed shooting manipulation. So I'm going to demonstrate with the Glock 19 semi-automatic one-handed manipulations, and then we'll compare our results with some combat shooting with, you know, 9mm versus 38 out of a Snubby, and 357 and 38 out of a K-frame. Yeah, and this is definitely the best time of day to do some shooting. It's cooled off a little bit. Here in North Carolina, I think the real feel was like way over 100 degrees, and it was right about 100 degrees. But whenever my kids start bitching about the heat, I just like to remind them, can you imagine being in 120 degrees with no shade and all of but about 80 to 100 pounds of gear on you, doing a 10-click patrol, and then when you get back inside the wire, you don't have any cold water to drink, it's all warm. Yeah, this ain't too bad. This ain't too bad at all. Anyway, let's go ahead and get shooting. I might get up to the 7-yard line. I think we'll start with the semi-automatic pistol. Alright, so give me a second. Okay, so here we are. I've done almost about 5 minutes into this video, haven't shot one round, so let's get down to brass tacks. Whenever you are operating a semi-automatic handgun, what I teach my students is keep it in your workspace as you manipulate it. Obviously, if you've got a disability, okay, you can't keep it in your workspace. You actually have to work down here, which I hate doing. With semi-automatic handguns, we keep our reloads weak side, and that goes for your rifles as well. Semi-automatic rifles, semi-automatic pistols, we keep our reloads weak side. All right, and that's because we allow our weak hand to do the reloading. But in this case, it really isn't going to matter too much. I'm still going to keep them weak side even though I can't use this arm. All right, so one thing I will say about one-handed shooting also, it is imperative that you, as you are engaging, put a slight tilt on that weapon system. At least I like to do that. And one reason is that it helps with recoil management. All right, a gangster tilt, or an Israeli tilt as it's called, within combat distances is a very good way to manage your recoil. Now, if you're doing this shit at the 25-yard line, okay, you're being an asshole. But close up, punch that shit out. There's nothing more natural than throwing a punch, and it does help with your shot placement. All right, so I'm going to demonstrate how we reload one-handed with a semi-automatic pistol. We're going to see how we do with a bill drill to start off. I think I got 5 rounds in here, so we'll do our 5-round drill. And to make condition 1 and to manipulate the action on a semi-automatic pistol, you have to be reliant on the rear sight, and you have to rack it off something solid. That's why a good defensive concealed carry double thickness belt is so important. Or if you're wearing boots, rack it off your boot. All right, put that front rear sight on your belt, rack it firmly. Okay, you'll hear it go in. Okay, we don't want to half-ass that. All right, so let's make a concealed weapon. All right, and we'll do a bill drill to start, 5 shots, and we'll roll right into a speed reload one-handed. All right, I'll try and keep this on camera here. Here we go. Good. Almost caught myself cheating there. Reach for that fresh source, keep it inside of your legs. All right. Okay. All right, not too bad. So, let me explain real quick how that happens. The way I was taught, it may be easier when you're disabled to keep all your reloads strong side. For revolvers, we always keep it strong side. But what we're doing is when we go to slide lock, okay, we're putting that weapon system in between our knees. Seek cover. All right, head up, eyes up as best you can. Grab that fresh source, insert it in the magazine well. What happened was I slapped it so hard, it chambered around for me, and that's the quickest way to get the gun up, all right? But in the heat of the moment, I mean, there's no way of telling if that actually happened. So what I did is just creature habit, I racked it again just to be sure, all right? So up against your belt, firmly rack it, okay, and then back in action, all right? I will demonstrate one more time here. Let me reload these mags. Okay, and then also for instructional purposes, we'll go over, you know, the groupings and compare between all these weapon systems for disabled folks, for me in particular. All right, so my bill drill, man, what a tight group. Look at that group right there. 5 shots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all right there. Problem is that it's just slightly off of where we want to hit our bad guy. This is gonna hit him in the kidneys, okay? And my headshot was on point. So what we'll do now is we'll back up to 15 yards, take a few shots, slow fire. Actually, we'll do it at a sustained rate of fire, and then we'll do a speed reload again. Okay, from concealment, same thing, concealment, and I'll try and get the reload on camera best I can. 5 shots from 15 yards, sustained rate of fire. Oh, gotta make condition 1. So, all right, we're in. Sustained rate of fire 15. Gun! Okay, so 15, a little bit slower, rate of fire, everything's in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Headshot a little low and left. Groupings aren't too bad right now. We've got 6 rounds left. I'll demonstrate that one-handed technique one more time. Okay, this time I'm just gonna go for speed as quickly as I can. All right, and this is the way that I was taught, folks. You put it in between your legs, insert, rack off your belt or your boot. Okay, and we'll try and do this as quickly as we can. I think I got to that reload a little bit quicker on this side. Here we go, insert, off the belt. We'll do all headshots here. All right, go for speed. Go! Okay, these Glock magazines are so lightweight, they do not fall freely. That's why you see me wrist flicking. Okay, in that case it did fall freely, but a lot of times they're so lightweight, they're gonna stay in that magazine well, so you gotta wrist flick it to get it out. All right, let's switch to the revolver. Those headshots look pretty good. And as you can see, it's really not, there's not a whole lot to it. You know, you just gotta keep your head up, eyes up, put it inside of your legs. That's the way I was taught. That's the way gun sight teaches it. And using that rear sight, and that's why a lot of manufacturers of semi-automatic pistols have been emphasizing a really flat or large surface area for a rear sight for you to rack it off of something in case of an emergency. All right, there's just some food for thought there. Sometimes you find a semi-automatic pistol and it's just a rounded piece of nothing. So in an emergency, it's gonna be very difficult to get that gun up. So, what's my rating for the Glock 19? Man, I shot that pretty good. I shot that pretty damn good. Easy to put on target, relatively easy and quick to reload one-handed. Not a bad choice at all. Once again, the most popular combat handgun in the world is probably a Glock 17 or 19, but also any striker fired gun or semi-automatic pistol, that's how you're gonna run it, one-handed. Okay, this video just got sexy. All right, what I'm talking about is a K-frame model 66-8. Guys, this has been my go-to this past summer, Combat Magnum. I am still an L-frame dude, love the L-frame. And the L-frame is gonna be my go-to. If I only had to choose one, it's gonna be a 686 plus, no doubt. However, this gun, this 66, man, it just points so naturally. I love it. And because it points so naturally, I shoot it really well. So the K-frame had a reputation back in the day of if you shot a lot of magnums out of it, the forcing cone might crack, blah, 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 blah. These modern K-frames, this Dash 8, I think is beefed up and I think it can handle it. I've put it through the ringer, guys, and I have not had any problems with it. So whether it's the Model 19 or the 66, I do recommend it for concealed carry. Great gun. Now I don't have my sticky on me, so we're gonna run this from a Galco right now, and I hope this camera doesn't go blurry. Demonstrate the reload technique for revolvers. We'll also be going over Magnums versus 38 specials when we're talking about, you know, disabled people and shooting one-handed. Let's see how we shoot. We're gonna start off with a 158 grain Blazer Brass 357 Magnum full house. Okay, we'll look at our group and then compare it to a 38 special 158 grain Monarch. So we'll see. And this is Academy ammo, so it's a little bit more expensive actually from Walmart. All right, so we'll do a little experiment on that, demonstrate the technique. For revolver shooters, we always keep our reloads strong side, all right? And that'll remain the fact whether you're disabled or not. The semi-automatic, we keep it weak side. If you're disabled on the weak side, it might be better to keep it on the strong side as I just demonstrated, excuse me. All right, so here we go. Let's start off with a modified build drill, okay, and then we'll go right into a speed reload. So as quickly as we can, 6 rounds. All right. Try and get it on camera here. All right, here we go. From about the 6-yard line, 7-yard line. Go. All right, stick it in your belt, head up, eyes up. Grab that fresh source. Okay, that's how you do it. Okay, so you grab that weapon system, all right, put that tilt on it, and simply with a larger barrel gun, you stick it in your belt, okay, and keep that cylinder open, get it in there, and return fire once the gun is up. All right, so the groupings here with the 357s. I shot 6 of them, and I think I dropped 1. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I really like this grouping a lot better than my Glock 19. Even though my Glock 19 group was really tight and it was right here, I'll take this grouping all day because what I'm doing is spreading the trauma out all in the upper thoracic cavity and a little bit down in here towards the pelvic region, which is all going to be fight stoppers, no doubt about it, with a 357. So compared with the Glock 19 on the bill drill, I just shot the Combat Magnum better. All right, my headshot up top with a 38 was good to go too. All right, so let's go ahead. We got 5 shots left with the 38 special. I'll demonstrate the reload again, and we'll see how the 38 compares in the grouping. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that grouping, man. Bill drill with magnums, and those kicks too. I mean, I'll take that all day. And in that kind of stress fire, rapid fire shooting, once again, it's the best drill you can do. If you're out of time and low on ammunition, make it a bill drill, 5 shots from the draw, 7 yards, 3-second par time. If you can make all your shots right here, okay, in that par time, I think your concealed carry skills are on point. Let's compare it with the 38 special, and then we'll roll right into a reload again as quickly as we can. All right, stand by. Go. Head up, eyes up. Grab that fresh source. Okay, a little bit quicker that time. Let's see our group here, 30. Okay, 38 specials are all in here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 plus 5 is 10, and they're all right here. So no surprise there. You're gonna be more accurate. If you're gonna choose to carry a revolver, you are gonna be more accurate with a 38 special plus P than a Magnum if you gotta shoot one-handed. So that's one reason when I'm carrying this guy on the street the past couple days, I'm loading it with a 38 special plus P 125 grain semi-jacketed hollow point Remington green white box. Very, very potent 38 special round. Another good round I think to carry this in is 110 grain, excuse me, 357 Magnum white box, Winchester white box. And then finally, if you need to go heavy, the classic 125 grain Federal or Remington 357 Magnum hollow point. Okay, so I hope you guys took something from that. I'm going to demonstrate with the Snub-nose. Snub-nose is a little bit more difficult, but we'll finish out these rounds real quick, and we'll do headshots. Give me 1 second. All right, so actually what we're gonna do, I got 5 shots left. We're gonna try some distance shooting. I'm about 50 yards away from a steel target, and we'll practice that draw from the holster and go single action one-handed, see if we can hit. Stop. All right, just nicked it. Stop. All right, I nicked it again. Stop. There we go. All right. Okay, yeah, I don't even know if you can see that on camera. There's steel targets all the way over there. That's a decent distance to be shooting one-handed, so gotta work on that. But they were just barely misses. Let me set up the camera. Okay, last but not least, going back to the Snub-nose. The Snub-nose, okay? I think that when people talk about revolvers nowadays, the most popular gun you're gonna have showing you at a gun shop is gonna be a J-frame or a Charter Arms or a Taurus, 2-inch or less barrel. All right, and as I said before, this is absolutely an expert's gun, and I don't carry these typically as a primary weapon source, but the first week after my surgery, it was my primary. So got to practice with it, man. Recoil's heavy, and this is chambered for 38 special plus P. I don't like, and I'm not a big fan of these size guns being chambered in 357 Magnum. Holy shit. Like, first of all, you're gonna wear your gun out. Second of all, it's gonna be very difficult to put rounds on target accurately. And thirdly, muzzle velocity, you lose a little bit on the barrel. It's still gonna be very powerful though, no doubt about it. I think a 38 plus P is sufficient for these size guns. So let's go ahead and demonstrate the one-handed reload with this. Now look, as you'll notice, the barrel's not as long, so when you put this in your belt, it's gonna be a little bit harder to manage that. So this is where, if you've got any strength at all to hold this weapon in your weak hand, we're gonna do it. Otherwise, this isn't gonna fit in your belt very well. So for a Snub-nose, one-handed reloads are gonna be a little bit different. If you can get it in there, you know, do it, but it's just not gonna fit quite as well. So we'll see how this works out. All right, let's go ahead. 5 shots. Let's see how we do here. From concealment. And we're going to be using a speed strip because my speed loader is missing for the 5 shot. So speed strip, reload. Here we go. Stand by. Gun! Okay, yeah, I'm not a big fan of sticking that in your belt. Let's take a look at our shots. It's just not very sustainable to do it that way. Okay, 5 shots. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we dropped one on the bill drill. Headshot was clean. So that's actually a pretty good group for a snubby. Let's go ahead back up and finish out at 15. Yeah, folks, with a Snub-nose, there's no easy way to really reload it one-handed. You know, if you've got any strength at all, that's what I would suggest, is using this hand to do it. Man, this is a long video. If you guys watch the whole thing, good on you. All right, let's go ahead. We'll do a tactical reload. We fired 1. Keep it in our workspace. Pop this up. Get rid of that spent casing. Head up, eyes up. Strip off what we need. Back in action. All right. Let's just do... We'll do 2 headshots, single action. Stop. Okay, and then we'll do the final 3 sustained rate of fire, center mass. Stop. Okay, J-frame. Not bad. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. I didn't realize how long I've been out here. This video is almost 24 minutes long. Very good grouping though. Okay, look at those shots right there. All right. Recoil sucks on these things, but if you practice with it, it's a very, very good defensive choice. And I like this one too because it's got those combat grips on there. So you grab a handful of gun whenever you draw this thing. So there it is, folks. Glock 19 versus K-frame combat Magnum versus J-frame. If I can get it in the picture. There it is. Which one is my choice? This is what I shot best, even with 357s. Okay, but whatever you choose, if you're disabled or temporarily handicapped, you got to practice. Get out there, do the one-handed shit. We could do malfunctions clearance next video. If you guys have any requests, please comment. I appreciate the comments. I do read them, and I appreciate the well wishes from everybody. So I better get back to my hot nurse and figure out if she's cooking me dinner right now. All right, guys, have a good one. We'll see you.